You are at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Jens Bauman, who says, rant about the influence of advertisers on online communities/social platforms. As in, something like Reddit starts out, everybody is happy, website grows, needs money for hosting, starts showing ads. Then advertisers mention they do not want their ads next to certain content. Online platform starts banning certain content because the advertisers threaten to leave otherwise. Users are unhappy, leave, and start a new platform. Cycle repeats. Is this cycle inevitable if a website is really popular? I think it pretty much is, unless they can. I mean, it depends on the goals of the website. Like, Reddit, I almost feel like it should have been able to pay for itself by people paying into Reddit. People are very passionate about their love of Reddit. I would think that a lot more of them would be willing to support the website's existence if they had gone the Wikipedia route of just basically begging every couple of years for donations to stay online. Maybe they could have survived without ever needing to do this. But if you're going to back yourself by advertisers, then you're always faced with a weird double-edged proposition, because the advertisers want to use your platform because it pulls as many eyeballs as humanly possible. But they're also going to want you to regulate the content to not piss anybody off, because they don't want their ads associated with anything that pisses people off. And would distance them from the platform. And so the question becomes, like, what will service the platform best for the highest number of people? And I think that they just come up with a lot of wrong answers to that question. I think that, advertising is such an easy way to make money, such a no-nonsense, like, way to just have, growth based on how many people happen to use your website and how many advertisers are willing to work with you, that it's very tantalizing. But, like, the reason I'm able to exist and basically not have to do that is, like, I don't have to follow this formula. Now, like, I'm not a platform. Like, YouTube itself is similar to this. They're going to kick off a bunch of content creators, to appease advertisers. But, like, or just kick your advertising off of your channel. But again, I don't know if there was a better pay model, or really, I mean, YouTube makes its money through the fact that it collects your data more than anything, and Google itself being an ad company using, YouTube as a sort of data farm for their overall ad campaign, overall ad relationships with these companies. So, like, again, like, it depends on the goals of your website. I don't think this has to be inevitable. I think that if something grew to a good size, like, recently 4chan actually had to split in half as well, right? And, like, for the longest time, 4chan subsisted on, I don't even know. I don't know how the fuck it was making money for most of its existence. I mean, I assume there were ads run on it, but, like, only recently the advertisers finally forced them to split the site into two different halves so that there could be a more advertiser-friendly version that would not, eventually tank 4chan, since it was, bleeding money over the fact that advertisers don't want to work with it, and it's expensive to host. But, like, ultimately that was a solution that didn't necessarily piss people off. Like, you still have both halves of 4chan still exist. They didn't have to kick the content off the platform necessarily. They just kind of, found a way to structure it that made more sense to work with advertisers. Something like that, protects the sanctity of the site while still being able to make a little bit more money. 4chan still probably can't make as much as something like Reddit can by kicking stuff outright, but, like, at least there's, more of a hope. So, like, it depends on the scale of your community, the intentions of the people running it, just how much it costs, just how popular it's gotten. But, like, I think it's healthy for people to break away and go form their own thing. If the community becomes something you don't like, go make another one. Whatever. Communities come and go. It's no fucking big deal. I'm a forum hopper. I've been doing it since I was a kid. So, like, I'm used to sites just coming and going on to the next thing, and building a new community with, the intention of representing what you want it to represent.